Hey guys, I'm back with the Sea Monkey, My First Pet book. I said I would color this on camera, so I figured I'd do that. It's got a lot of pictures in it to color. So I've got my Prismacolors right here. My friend gave these to me for my birthday last year, and they are incredible. Got 3 trays of colors. Exciting. So, I guess I'll start with the little boy. See, which one of these would be a good skin tone? Light peach, I guess. Got my pencil sharpener. These are pretty small pictures, so... The only bad thing is that when you go over the lines, it... like going over the mouth and stuff, it leaves a little bit of residue on there, but it's not terrible. So I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I was an art major. I have my associates in art, and I would have gone farther, except school is hard. And I mean, so I don't mean that in a lazy way, I mean that in a way that I have ADHD and I cannot handle the typical stresses of school like most people can. It just, like, I can't memorize stuff. I have hard time staying in a class for more than about an hour and a half. Like, whenever I was in my art classes, they were like 3 hours long. I would leave halfway through. And it drove my teachers crazy, but I did the best that I could. So we got the skin tone in. Let me go in and add some shading with the darker peach. A little bit of shadow there. Some shadow for his hair. Would it be? I guess it'd be under his arm. Right here. I'm still not the best at shading. So I guess if the sun was going here, it'd be... I mean, it doesn't really matter, this is just a little Sea Monkey booklet, but I like making my stuff look nice. Even if I go out of the lines a little bit. Whoopsie. Some of these pencils still have their factory sharpening in them, so they look a little funky. Let's see. So we've got little boys holding a stick, so I guess we can use light umber for that. And then for the inside of the stick, we can go with the darker peach, since wood is lighter on the inside. I'm assuming he just cut this straight from the tree or something. Got their tongues, so I can mix a red and a pink for that. Oh, I guess she doesn't have her tongue out. This pencil needs sharpened. This is probably going to be a long video, but I mean, I commend you if you stay all the way through. You don't have to, you can just... You don't even have to stay at all, but I figured it'd be a good time to spend some time with some of you, those who are interested. What color would the jeans be? Would they be ultramarine or violet blue? I guess I could mix them. That's the great thing about knowing what you're doing with the art pencils. Because, I mean, Crayolas, you can try and mix them. It's not going to turn out super great, but with the Prismacolors, you can mix them fairly well. I remember I had this sketchbook when I was in middle school, and I went ham with the Crayola colored pencils. I tried my best to mix them and tried to make my pieces look as professional as possible. I wish I still had that sketchbook, but I kind of went into a bit of a manic cleaning phase at one point and just ended up getting rid of all my old art, which sucks. Oh yeah, this is a good jean color. So note to any aspiring artists, do not get rid of your old art because you will regret it one day. I mean, if you have some stuff that you just really don't like, I mean, go ahead and get rid of it because, I mean, you can't keep it all because you don't want to end up as a hoarder, but also don't get rid of the stuff that you, at one point, at least liked. Is that a line right there, or is that just... No, that was just me coloring there. There we go, I think that's all the lines that need shading. What color should his shirt be? I'm a fan of a good red shirt. Let's see, what reds do I have? I've got carmine red and I've got poppy red. I think carmine red is more what I'm looking for. Let me take a look. I don't have like a red. These reds are kind of orangey. Oh, wait a second. What's this? Crimson red. That'll work. Yeah, there we go. That's the red I'm looking for. It's still a little bit orangey, but I can't complain. Make it a little darker in there. So anyone who likes coloring with colored pencils, the best advice I ever got is to color in like little tiny like circles instead of just back and forth, because that gives you a better overall look, so you don't have like invisible lines where your strokes were. Some shading where his head is. I shouldn't have gone all the way up. Oh well. It's been a while since I was in art school. Well, I wasn't in like not art school, but I was in a local community college that's pretty well renowned for their art program. Like people come from all over the country to go to this college. And it's just a community college. It's not like the Arts Institute or anything. Are the Art Institutes even still around? I think they all closed because they were massively scammy. Let's see. Sienna brown would be good for his hair. This one needs sharpened, but I think I can get away with just doing this. And if I get outside the lines, it's whatever. We're having fun. I know some collectors are probably mortified that I'm coloring in this book. Oh, you need to keep it mint condition. Hey, this was meant to be colored in, so I'm gonna color it. Black for the puppy's nose. Let's see. Puppy's collar should be red too. Why not? Matches little boy. Silver dog tag. Let me get my silver. What color should the puppy be? I think we're gonna make a polka dotted puppy. There we go. Do I have a gray? I have a silver, not a gray. I got my old Prismacolors. Let me see. Got my Prismacolors from art school, so maybe I have a gray in there. I do. This was a bigger set of pencils that has slowly started disappearing over the years. Pale cold gray. Do we have another gray in here? Nope, all we've got is a blender. I could use the blender though. Make it look a little nicer. Ooh, this thing is dirty. So we've got some extra colors here, just in case I feel like using them. Let me sharpen my blender. This is just like straight up wax. And what it does is that, oh, no, it broke. It just blends the colors together so they look nice and professional. This might be too dried out to use though. I hope not. Let's try it out. Okay, it still works. Yeah, see how it smooths that color out? Makes it a little richer. Have to wipe on my pants to get the red off. The only bad thing is it kind of absorbs the color that it's using. I don't really need to shade this, or, you know, smear this color around. It came out pretty clean, but just for consistency's sake, I guess. Get his hair. While I'm at it, get the puppy, since they're the same color. And it helps if you have any white gaps that need filled in, you just smear it over there and it fixes it. Like there. I had a little white gap on his shirt and that fixed it. Let me get his pants. Oh, got a little bit outside the lines. Oh well. Ooh, it really brings the blue out when I do that. I don't know if I'm going to color this whole thing on camera, but I figured I'd show you at least a little bit of it, because I feel like it would take a very long time to color the whole thing. But I don't know, maybe I'll do like a page a day. Or a couple pages a day. Now we've got our little girl on the bottom throwing her stick with her dog. Oh, I forgot to shade the puppy. That's what I had that gray out for. Let me sharpen it. Ooh. There we go, we've got a little bit of shading. Makes it look better. Now we've got our little girl. What color should her hair be, and what color should her clothes be? I'm thinking she's got like a schoolgirl uniform. So we'll do her little collar. Ouch, blue. Daggery just bit my ear. Thank you for that, ma'am. We'll do her skirt blue too. Smooth that out. Don't eat my earring either, ma'am. She is such a naughty bird, but I love her anyway. Let's See if I can get any shading. I can shade with the violet blue, probably. I don't know if you can really even see it. But I've got some shading in there. Let's see, I'm thinking blonde for her hair. Oh, I didn't color her. I'll do the hair tie afterwards. I don't want to get that into the hair. Got this pale yellow. You can't really see that, so I'm going to add some other tones to it. Excuse me, Daiquiri, I don't want you pooping on this. Oh, it looks like she might have had a barrette in her hair, and I missed that. Oh well. What was I gonna get? Oh yeah. There we go. It's not a super light blonde. It's about a mid-range blonde. My hair used to be about that color, and it's still technically blonde, fun fact, but it's so dark that it looks brown. But it is a very ash blonde, like dark ash blonde, is what I meant to say. You can have a light ash blonde, but mine is very dark ash blonde. And the difference between that and like a brown is that the ash blonde just does not have the richness and depth that the brown hair does. And my grandmother used to call that color dishwater puke. So that made me kind of self-conscious about it. Thanks for that. Let me shade her shirt a little bit. There we go. And let's see. Inside of her puppy's mouth should be red, I guess, because they got red tongues. Add a little bit of pink. And I don't know, I think she might have a weenie dog. So let me actually sharpen this pencil now. So we're going to do a brown weenie dog. My uncle has a weenie dog Yorkie mix, a Dorkie. Her name is Dora. She used to be a little bit, I don't know, she wasn't like mean, but she was kind of standoffish, but she's better now that she's older. She's calmed down. And let me give him, stop eating my earring, dude. Gonna give him a blue color to match his owner. Where does this blue go? Totally forgot where it went. Oh, no, it doesn't even go there. It goes in that other tray. And now on to the sea monkey in the corner. So they're usually a peachy color, right? Excuse me, you're in my way. Daiquiri likes to be right up in the middle of everything, and it's cute, but at the same time, I'm busy. Yeah, it's hard not to get his eyes whenever I'm coloring the sea monkey in. I'm trying my best. I can probably just go over the teeth with white. Or, if that doesn't work, I can just go black. Oh, this needs sharpened. There we go. Yay, that worked. He's got white teeth again. I guess I can shade this in with a pink, maybe? Will that work? Yeah! I'll make the tip of his little antenna pink too. Not that you'll be able to tell, but... And let's see, what color should his water be around him? Let's make it a light cerulean blue. You know what, I'm probably going to mix colors too, just for the heck of it. I'll have to remember what color I'm using, since I'm not going to be doing this all at once, since this is a huge, well, it's not huge, it just has a lot of different tiny little pictures, and doing them all at once would take forever. So if you guys like seeing me color, I mean, I know the angle isn't very good because I don't have a top-down recorder to my avail, but I don't know, if you think this is cool, then let me know. I'll need to go in with the blender after this because I'm kind of getting some inconsistencies. That'll help even those out. Did any of you grow up religious? I grew up Catholic, and right now I've got, my parents had, or gave us the We Sing, W-E-E, Sing, like religious soundtracks. They put those on our MP3 players when we were younger. We didn't have official iPods, we had Sansa MP3 players, but they put those on our MP3s, and I've got a song from that stuck in my head right now. Because I was watching this ex-Mormon guy talk about what he was taught in, like, Mormon primary school, and he was singing that song, and I was like, oh, hey, I know that one. Like, we weren't Mormon, but I recognized the song because it was on that soundtrack. I'm trying to shade the bubbles lighter. And then I think I'll also use light aqua, just to give it some more depth. You know, my high school painting teacher, she told me, and this is bad advice, I would not take this advice, but she told me to never use paint straight out of the tube. She said you always have to mix it. You can't use it right out of the tube or else people will know it's a tube color and they'll judge you for it. So whenever I do paintings, I also paint sometimes, but whenever I do that, I make a point to not use color straight out of the tube if it can be avoided. Like, I always add something to it, whether it just be like some white or some brown or a different shade of the same color, like if it's a blue, using a different blue alongside it. Like, it's not good advice because it makes you hypercritical of your own artwork, and it makes you think that people are even caring about the colors you use. They don't. Like, there was this guy in my college, and he did like this abstract art, and what he did for one of his pieces is he just used colors straight from the tube, and I wouldn't have been able to even tell. Because, I mean, they just came together so beautifully, and he rocked it. So, like, there's no point in freaking out about stuff like that. Like, I don't know what that teacher's problem was. She wasn't the nicest teacher I ever had, but she also wasn't the meanest. She just had some questionable opinions. Whoops, I missed. Right here with the aqua. But the moral of the story is don't freak out about stuff like that with your art, because if you do, it's only stressing you out. It doesn't improve your art any. Use color straight from the tube, color outside the lines, do whatever you want. It doesn't even have to look good. Like, as long as you're happy with the end result, excuse you, ma'am, you're in the way. They can't see. As long as you're happy with the result, people are gonna love it. Like, whenever we would do critique days in college, I would get so scared. Because I was like, oh my god, they're gonna judge me so bad for my art. And no one ever did. Like, if anything, I judged people more harshly than I should have, because that's what I was taught in high school. Like, they opened the floor up for critiques, and I would be like, oh yeah, it looks like this person used color straight from the tube. And it's like, you don't say that to other people. But I'm autistic, so I learn by example like many other people do, and that was just what I had been taught, and I didn't know that that was rude to say until I kind of took a look at myself and I was like, wait a second, that's not very nice of me, because I didn't feel good when she told me to do that. So why should I tell other people that their art doesn't look good when it does look good? And some of the time it had been like completely, like, they hadn't used color out of the tube. I mean, not that they would admit to that, I'm sure, but I mean, don't judge other people either is essentially the moral of the story. I don't know where else I was going with that, but yeah, we've got our first page done. My first pet. Oh, there's a little smudge of color right there. I can go in with an eraser, but can you see that? Trying to get it to where you can see it. There we go. We got our little boy and his doggy, and the little girl throwing a stick for her doggy. So yeah, there's, well, it's not really page 1, but there's page 3. If anyone's interested in me continuing this, we got 31 pages of this. So I could do this from time to time, I don't mind. I like spending time with you guys, and I like talking to the camera, and if you guys want to see more of this, then I'd be more than happy to show off this booklet and what it can look like when it's fully colored in. So have a good rest of your night, day, whatever it is, whenever you're watching, and I'll see you guys later.